Hey, welcome to Truck Beers.
Welcome back.
We're
back. We're in Ollie's skate shop again. Thank goodness. I hope you guys enjoyed the last episode.
Yeah, because it's cold outside, so we're happy to be indoors.
Yeah, I don't like doing them outside anymore. I'm kind of a fucking fancy bitch about that now.
So classy.
I just need indoor. It's not a lot to ask for. Just fucking shelter.
No, like I'll do it outside in the summer. That's
Give
fine.
me a shelter.
I'll fight the mosquitoes off. That's okay.
Yeah.
But I don't do cold weather well.
So this past weekend we had like above temperature
it was
weather.
like 88 degrees on Friday night.
Yeah, I was fucking juicing out of my ass because it was so warm.
Yeah.
That's where I sweat first, right from the butthole, and then my face.
You sure it's sweat?
It's either
That's that brown sweat.
It's just hot brown sweat.
Yeah, just anyway.
But shout out to Kevin Blaylock. That was a fucking great episode.
That was great, and he gave us a Truck Beers donation.
We did.
Along with Brian Baskerville. So
Brian Bakerstein.
Biscuito.
Brian Bakertumpans.
So thank you guys very much for doing that. We really appreciate it.
If you want to...
That literally paid for our beer tonight.
Yeah.
From Old Horse.
Yep. We went to Old Horse because they're doing nerd shit over there and they're open, so we went over there and got a beer.
Had to partake. It's too close not to.
It's so hard to be in downtown and not drink beer from there.
Well, you know, that was... Because we used to practice on Tuesdays.
Yep.
At another location.
Yep.
And then we moved to here.
Yep.
And then switched practice to Mondays.
Yep.
And that's literally the only day of the week other than Sunday that they're not open.
Right.
It was like, damn.
But now they are.
Yeah.
Because Craig decided to do nerd shit over there and open up the doors to play nerd shit.
Which is good.
Yeah, it's good. I want to play the nerd shit, too.
I've always said it's probably better that they're not open while we're over here all the time because...
Fuck yeah.
It could be dangerous.
Could butt chug a loplolly and figure out how God was made.
Or just die.
Or just die. No, we're drinking the Thirsty Bird, which is Craig's recipe, yeah?
Yes.
Him and John kind of...
John, I think it's the first one that he brewed solo.
It's so good.
It's really good. It's a great blonde.
Yeah.
Like low-key. It'll sneak up on you, though.
They fucking should... Yeah, they will. That's the one... Yeah. They don't make me feel good if I drink a bunch.
Well, that could be said.
I look like...
moderation is not your strong suit.
Like, I'll wake up Sunday morning and I'll look like the dudes off Beetlejuice, his coworker, the shrunken head guys.
Just dehydrated.
Just fucking not feeling good. And then
I feel like a piece of beef jerky.
And Dolly's like trying to like, hey, are you okay? And I'm like, get the fuck away,
She's
cat.
like, oh, you're almost dead. I'm going to eat you.
Man, fuck that cat.
She's
really,
a cat.
Honestly, yeah. I shouldn't have never got a cat.
She's cool, though.
Should have got a bird
No,
in a cage.
No. They'll live for 75 years.
That's fine. As long as it doesn't fucking mess with me, I'm great. She's like, she needs a friend because she's alone all day when I'm at work, and then I come home.
We'll just get another cat.
No, that's the problem. That's when I become a crazy cat dude. And I'm not doing that.
You want to come home and see my kitties?
What I want is a dog, but I'm not home enough.
No, yeah, you got to.
I want a dog so bad. Like, that would be what I want. And I don't even want, like, a big, scary dog. I just want...
So my boss at work was giving away... I think he was selling puppies, but, like, not for breeder prices or whatever, but they were mini Australian Shepherds.
Breeder prices. Yeah.
And he's like, hey, you want a puppy? And I was like, hey, you want a 5-year-old?
Yeah.
And he was like, you win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you could sell McCade. I don't think you could put that dude on the market.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to.
No, that's right.
I couldn't afford the refund.
Nope. No.
As soon as that money hits the account.
But like, if you had to write a description on eBay about how to, and you were like 100% honest.
Yeah, like it's like you bought a velociraptor.
Yeah.
That can talk.
Yeah.
That does not give a fuck.
It's a human tornado.
The tornado sauce.
Tornado sauce. That was the greatest podcast name. I hope you guys keep up with the names of our podcast because Matt puts a lot of fucking thought into it.
Sometimes.
As in, he looks at what to call the fucking podcast and he just shoots from the hip.
A lot of times it's like a little Easter egg, and a lot of times it's only for us because it's something that either came up randomly in the podcast and the name is semi-related to it, or it has nothing to do with anything that we talked about, but it's something that happened that day.
Yeah. I think we're far enough in the future now. If you go back a couple episodes, the Nordic steering device.
Yeah, it was a Dutch rudder.
Dutch rudder.
Yeah.
Yeah, figure it out.
Figure it out.
You fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Not saying you guys are fucking idiots. I'm just saying, like, yeah, you should have known
You
that.
put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Syllable.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
So the Super Bowl was yesterday.
Yeah. They're not like us.
I thought it was a good game because I wanted the Chiefs to lose.
I did too. Yeah. Fucking Eagles wagged their ass that night.
You know, at least I can say that we lost twice in a year to the Super Bowl champion. So go Cowboys!
Go
with your
Cowboys.
stupid head coach hiring.
What I love the most about the Super Bowl is the look on Patrick Mahomes' face the entire time.
He had no idea what was going on.
He's like, we're supposed to win this.
Vic Fangio.
Travis is supposed to propose to Taylor after this game.
Vic Fangio put his balls on Patrick Mahomes' face.
Yeah. The Eagles, fly Eagles fly. I'm not an Eagles fan. I wanted the Eagles to win, but I'm not an Eagles fan. The Eagles played fucking flawless defense.
Yes.
They shut those motherfuckers all the way down. Shout out corner. Homeboy turned 22 on his the Super Bowl.
The great white hype. Cooper DeJean.
The white
pick 6 on his birthday in the Super Bowl. It was his first interception all year.
Yeah.
And it's in the Super Bowl, and he takes it back for touchdown on his birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, man. You're 22 years old. You'll never forget your day. Ever.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
That's also how many points the Chiefs scored.
Fuck yeah! It was and that's also a Taylor Swift song.
I know.
And Taylor Swift has sex with that guy, Travis Kelce.
Did you see they booed her big time when they showed her on the Jumbotron?
Who dat, baby?
It's weird because the Super Bowl is not like other games. Like most NFL games you watch, the crowd is super, super loud the whole game.
Yep.
The Super Bowl is really different because it's not a lot of actual fans.
No.
Because none of us normal humans can afford a $5,000 ticket.
Yeah.
So it's a bunch of celebrities and like businesses and stuff like that. So it was really oddly quiet for most of the game.
Yeah.
And like when they got loud, I think you could tell that it was prompted a little bit.
Yeah. Well, they did that sing-along country road. That was cool shit. Was cool.
It came out of the commercial and back into the game when they were doing the sing-along.
So now it's called the Caesar Dome. Or whatever. It used to be called the Superdome.
Yeah.
When it was the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, I've been to a couple of games in New Orleans.
Which really throws me off because the Atlanta Stadium is the Mercedes-Benz whatever.
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Now, it's I don't know. They change the fucking names of shit while fans get used to it and then they have to like get used to something else.
Right.
But when it was the Superdome, the Dome Patrol, all that shit, that stadium is so loud.
It's not a big stadium.
No, it's not big at all. And it's built for noise. So like the last game I went to, like Reggie Bush, and it was
that was the Drew Brees days.
Drew Brees, like that's what I'm saying. Well, like when Reggie Bush would go out there, it was Bush, and like the vibration of everyone screaming. Like that's probably the quietest that stadium's ever been.
It was weird. Like Super Bowls are always like that, though. It's
just people
say that the people there are not real football fans.
Yeah,
but I feel like most of the time the people that attend the Super Bowl are not necessarily fans of either team.
Right.
They may be NFL fans and football fans. That's
right.
Cool. But they don't really have like a hardcore rooting interest in a team. So it's always, I don't know, a little fake, a little awkward.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, hey, we're here.
Hey, go football. Go sports. Yeah.
NFL.
Go kickball.
We don't care who wins.
Yeah.
I do feel like the Eagles had a really good representation though.
There was a lot of green in the stands.
A lot of green.
Well, like there's a lot. I'm not saying like the Eagles have a lot of Mayweather fans or Fairweather fans. Mayweather. I'm dumb.
So is he. It's okay.
Yeah. He can't read.
No.
Either can I though. That's fair. We have a lot in common actually if you think about it.
Well, yeah. Stops there.
Yeah, no, we're both black.
In case you didn't know.
But like, I think the Eagles have a very wide fan, but so do the Chiefs. There's been a lot of motherfuckers I've never seen wear Chief shit that are now wearing Chief shit.
Well, it's because old Swizzle.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm not dating anyone anymore that's a fan of Taylor Swift. I have. And she's like, oh, I'm a Chiefs fan just because. And I was like, that's so much bullshit. That's fucking bullshit.
I think Taylor gets a lot of hate that's unwarranted.
No, she's just trying to fucking find happiness.
I mean, she's a talented musician. She's a hell of a philanthropist. Like, she gives a lot of money away.
Yeah.
She takes care of her staff.
Yes.
I think that's really cool. But, like, the NFL did a weird thing this year where they were like, hey, we're going to put her on TV all the time.
Oh, the fucking... Or last year, that's when it all started. I know I've heard a story. A guy I work with told me that one of his friends is a truck driver, and he drove one of the trucks for the production crew for the Eras tour.
Nice.
And she paid them so handsomely, he was like, I don't have to work for the rest of this year.
Yeah. She gave
lot
of money to all her
He
people.
worked like 10 dates.
Yeah. That's great. Like, that's what I'm saying. She's a fantastic human. She's a talented musician. She's a businesswoman.
Yeah.
Right? She will get no hate from me.
No.
But I'm tired of seeing her face on football games.
Yeah. She has nothing to do with football.
Nah.
Now she writes the next fucking Monday Night Football theme song.
You're gonna be hard pressed to take that away.
Well, he took it away from the original, the King.
Yeah.
Hank Williams Jr., that was Monday Night Football when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then they took it to whatever it is now.
What's her name?
Carrie Underwood?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. What is her name?
Is it Carrie Underwood?
I thought it was Carrie Underwood.
Maybe it is. Anyway, she looks a lot better in them pants than Hank did.
I don't know, man.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. I've seen Hank wear some pretty tight pants. This is getting gay for old country dudes. I better stop.
So, speaking of romance, this weekend is Valentine's Day. So, congratulations to any.
Shout out everybody that has to buy flowers, you fucking losers.
Yeah.
Just go buy your girlfriend chocolates, you fucking idiot.
There's a couple of single dudes over here, not bitter at all.
No, I don't know. I'm pretty spicy tonight, so like whatever. There was a moment where I thought I was gonna have to buy Valentine's stuff because like everything was going in that direction.
Yeah.
And now that I don't have to, I'm like, fucking.
So like
bullets missed, dude.
I've been on the dating apps again.
It's wild.
And I feel like I'm like window shopping.
Yeah.
Because I can't afford anything in those stores.
No.
Emotionally or financially.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice to look around a little bit and send out a like here and there.
I will swipe on things that I know that are not good for me.
That's all you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I have this like anxiety that they're going to swipe back. And I don't like what the fuck.
And then you don't know what the fuck to do when it happens.
So I'm not going to say their name. I'm not going to like nothing like that. There was this she is a person of color, and she's bad as fuck.
Yeah.
Like all her pictures were like everything in my alley.
And you're already invited to the cookout.
Yeah.
So like you're
solid. That is my preference. White girls are no good for me. Like I can't stand you, to be honest. Y'all are crazy as shit. And you don't say what you mean. You just fucking passive-aggressive your way through life. Like Latinos and black chicks, you tell me to act right. And there's a threat in the tone, and I believe it. That's what I need. Yeah. I don't need a white girl.
Somebody that's going to set you on the straight and narrow.
I don't need a girl being like, Matt, when you do that. No, I need you to be like, hey, motherfucker.
I'll cut you.
I'll kill you if you don't fucking act right.
I'll cut your balls off.
Yeah, you're in my mom's house. Shut the fuck up. That's what I need. And that's what I've come to like.
I can respect that.
Yeah, that's where I'm programmed. And also, it disappoints my family so much. And I love it more than anything.
A little bit of extra firepower there.
It's so good just to know like all my ancestors that are looking down from heaven, they're like, God damn it. Doesn't he not know what we fought for? It's just all good to me. But like this girl was like alternative in the way that she like
checked all your boxes.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
And I swiped on her and I was thinking to myself like,
Oh no! What if she responds?
What if she sees this bald bearded idiot that plays guitar in a fucking local band and she's like, that's what I need.
Yeah.
A guy that can't figure it out. Yeah. That's what I want in my life. And like I was stressing. I was like, it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. But if it did, immediately poop your pants.
I'm going to shit my pants and probably tell her about it. That's kind of a cool compliment. Like, hey,
you made me shit
my pants.
You know what? Like, you can't go.
I'm tired of.
You can't go more downhill from that point.
No, and I'm tired of girls saying like, I want honesty from a man. But when you get it,
they don't want that at all.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, they don't want that.
God damn, dude, chill the fuck out.
You told me to tell you the truth, so I did.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
I don't know. The online dating thing is.
I hate it.
It's the worst.
And it's a situation I never thought I would be in, which makes it even more challenging. It sucks.
The first years of online dating, just reading about it and looking into it, I was like, I'll never be one of these fools.
And here we are.
Like I was some kind of fucking fat king on my throne looking over the fucking peasants.
Well, I don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So, that makes it harder to meet people randomly, like, in person.
Well, the places I go, I'm usually with you.
Facts.
And we look like a couple.
Well, I think that's intentional.
I've
not really, but I think it.
So Josh,
like subconsciously,
Josh loves to tell this story that he's a married man.
Yeah.
They've been married for almost 12, 13 years. And we played a show. It was like the first Running with Giants show that I played in, which was at Texas Players. We opened it for Post Profit and Rocket Queen.
That's a good show.
There was a chick there who had like pineapple earrings, pineapple shirt.
Uh-oh.
And she's
in the community.
She was like fucking flaming over Josh, like snorting, kicking her legs, like, you know. And she kept like coming up to Josh. Every time Josh would like be by himself, she would make a beeline to him. And I'm there at the time with my wife at the time. And I said, I got to save my boy.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
He's in trouble. So he's at the bar, and this bitch comes sideways, like to head him off at the pass. And I come up to him, and like I kind of like flared it out a little bit, you know? And I like went up to Josh, and I rubbed his back. And I was like, hey, babe, make sure you give me a Miller Lite.
Nice.
And he like looked at me, and it's like, if I drank too much, am I getting kind of saucy, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'll get you one. I was like, thanks, babe. And I kissed him on the cheek. And she's like looking at me like,
yeah.
And looked at
Josh.
You
ruined her entire night.
She looked at Josh and she's like, you're not gay. I was like, and then I went like spicy girlfriend mode. I was like, bitch, don't even.
Nice.
That's my man.
Nice.
She's like, no, it's not. I was like, do you want to do this? Motherfucker, that's my man.
That's when you wish you had earrings. So
I
you
wish
could, like, take
I would have
them
took them out.
Yeah.
And like that's just what kind of friend I am. Like I will act super.
Well, I think we talked about this a little bit last time. Like we're at the point in our friendship where like people either assume that we're brothers, or that we're a couple.
It's whatever.
And
I'm
okay with it either way.
Yeah, like I'm not your boyfriend.
No, absolutely not.
But I fill all the boxes of boyfriend except for like putting your wiener in my mouth.
Facts. That will not ever happen.
Nope. I'm not going to do that. But I'm just saying all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's like we might as well be brothers.
We text each other good morning. That's how close we are.
Yeah.
Hey, brother, you okay?
Sure. We also talked about that on the last episode. It's like it's very important for dudes to have like solid male friends that check on each other.
I think it's good for like us, and I think it's good for my kids to see like like my son especially like no, you can be friends with your homeboy.
Yeah.
Like fucking as close as you can be.
Tell your dudes that you love them because it's important.
Yeah, we need that
Absolutely.
shit. Yeah. I think that needs to be stated bigger than shit. Like it's fucking hard for straight white dudes.
Yeah, and
it's just hard for dudes. I'm just trying to make a joke, but it's not funny. That was bad. My bad.
No, I get what you're saying though. Like it's tough.
Yeah.
Like the circles get smaller
as you get older.
And like if you can find one, if you're lucky, 2 or 3 that like you can just rely on without a question, without a doubt. Like, you know that there's that dude that you can call at 2 a.m. and say, hey, man, I'm not in a good spot right now. And that guy's going to answer the phone.
When I was 21, there was like 9 dudes I could have done that to.
Yeah.
And now at 36, it's you, maybe 2 other guys, if that.
Yeah. It's weird. Like, I mean, I get it. That's how life works. People grow up and change and move on, and relationships change and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
But, like, if you can find you a solid homie, don't let that motherfucker go.
And it's kind of you need to find the homie that will answer the phone call and be there for you, but also you need the homie that will fucking throw hands for you too.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, it's a very big job.
Yeah, it's a huge responsibility, and I am thrilled that we can be that for each other.
Yeah,
because, like I said, it's very. I think it's very underappreciated,
right? Especially
by the younger generation, because they're like, "Oh, my homies are going to be my homies forever."
No,
that's not how it works.
It's not.
And then I felt the same way when I was younger. Like, there's a handful of dudes that I was with all the time.
Right.
I knew all my secrets, knew all their secrets, whatever. That didn't matter. But now it is
kind of wild that you have people out there that know some shit about you.
Yeah, it's not spicy.
No, but I'm just saying they know some shit about you.
Yeah.
And they still haven't said anything, so they're homies for life.
That's right.
But you don't talk to them every day?
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's fucking...
I'll send them a text on their birthday. Hey, happy birthday, homie.
Yep.
Miss you, man.
Yeah.
And that's about the extent of our interaction for the whole year.
Yep.
But then, like, we have this thing where...
Oh, this is like a friendship that's also a business.
Yeah,
we made $7.
We did.
We're a business now.
We're in the red still.
We're still in the red.
That's okay.
We need more donations.
But like, if I go more than like 48 hours without a text message from you, I'm being like, hey, are you okay?
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah, and it's the same, vice versa.
1,000%.
It's like, and this cannot be appreciated enough,
right?
And the people out there that know what we're talking about, you get it.
Yeah.
And the people out there that are like, oh, that's not going to be me ever, like, wait for it.
Fucking buckle up, dude.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Either all your friends are going to die because you're old.
Yeah.
You're all getting older. We're getting older every day.
Right.
Or you're going to find that one, maybe 2 people that like you click with, and those are your people.
I think about like this podcast. If you die or I die first, like, what the fuck, man? What's gonna, like, that shit? That's the shit that keeps me up at night.
So I will make you a promise. If you die first, I will do a podcast at your funeral.
Please. And if you die first, I will try to do a podcast, but I'll fuck it up because I'm not.
I'm gonna fuck it up by myself. I'm just gonna
goddamn motherfucker, you're not supposed to die. You should put the mic in my casket and see.
Yeah. Hey.
See if you get any like spirit.
Oh, weird EVPs. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's
just gonna be you shitting your pants.
If I'm in charge of like talking after I'm dead.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to get a lot of EVPs.
I can't wait.
And they're going to be the worst things ever.
The worst jokes that we've never... It's all the things that are never on the podcast.
Yes.
Are suddenly going to be on the podcast.
You're going to be canceled, whatever the fuck that means.
I think at that point in time, I won't care.
All the slurs.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Because if you die before me, that means either something really fucked up happened, or I live to be like 90. At that point in time, I'll be ready to go.
You live to be 50.
Dude, that's only 8 years from now.
Yeah, I don't
want that.
I'm not expecting much with this life. I've kind of been running the wheels to the ground here lately.
Burning the candles at both ends and the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that shit keeps me up at night thinking about that horrible thing, and like
life is finite, man. It's like there's gonna end. Can't do anything about it.
You remember those like really? So when I was in high school, I would go to these lock-ins.
Oh yeah,
and
the old church lock-ins.
The church lock-ins, and it was like
eat all the pizza you can handle.
All the pizza you can handle, and you get to talk to baddies. But then the pastor gets up there and it's like, this world's in the fourth quarter. He puts it to football terms, always.
Because that's what you can understand.
Yeah.
Because it's always on a Friday night after a football game.
Yep. This world's in the fourth quarter, and we're not guaranteed the next hike. All this shit.
Yeah. False start on life.
Yeah, false start on life. And you start like at first you're like, he has to say this stuff. But then like the keyboard's playing and the lights are low.
Yeah. You get all emotional.
Yeah.
Forced emotion.
There's a secret code that they can use and makes you feel like
it's in a minor key.
Yeah.
The lights are dim.
Yep.
He slows his voice down to 75% of normal talking speed, so he sounds like
it's
passionate and effective.
It's just there's not everything promised for tomorrow. And pregnant pause.
You're doing it right now.
What's going to happen if
you slow the voice down? You talk a little. You're just above a whisper.
You're just above a whisper. What's going to happen if there is no tomorrow for you?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Do you know what's going to happen?
Do you know what's going to happen
when you leave this earth?
When you leave this earth. If you don't know, raise your hand. Everyone, close their eyes.
Yeah. Nobody can see you right now.
Nobody can see. It's just you and me and the Lord.
It's like heads up, 7 Up with me and God.
Yeah. And then you start thinking like, oh fuck, what's gonna? Yeah.
Well, damn it, I don't want to. I don't want
to go there. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Just guilt trip you into salvation.
That's it. That's all it is. That's the ABC. And where I'm at in life, I think when I die, you're just part of the cosmo.
So, me and my kids were driving around Friday night, I think.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was Friday because they were out of school, so I took the day off.
Hell yeah.
To hang out with them, and we went to Sam's and spent a bunch of money on groceries.
As you should.
Oh, I got you a pork belly, by the way.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
How much owe you?
$20.
Okay.
And
I'm
we're driving
bacon for days.
We're driving back. We're driving back from Longview, coming back to Gilmer, and my oldest Jameson's like, "Hey, Dad." I was like, "Yeah, buddy, what's up?" He goes, "I want you to think about a question that nobody has the answer to." And I was like,
"The fuck?"
I was like, "Okay, what do you mean?" It's like, "Well, like, and it can't be what's the meaning of life."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay." So I like
that one's don't forget to breathe.
I get on his level, right? So I sat there, 5 minutes or so, and I'm just thinking about it. And I'm like, what can I ask this kid and not destroy his entire outlook on life?
Yeah.
Because
you could.
He's 11 years old. I don't want to like drop a bomb on him or anything.
Yep. He still has the vigor.
Yeah, well, he's still innocent.
Yeah.
And I want it to stay that way as long as absolutely humanly possible.
Absolutely.
Because I got to take care of my kids.
No, that's great. I want my kids to be happy forever.
So I sat there for a little while and I was like, "Hey, I've got my question." He's like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "Don't think about it in any particular way. But my question that nobody really knows the answer to is what happens when you die."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, that's really good."
Yeah.
And then he starts going on this like
crazy
like Greek mythology. Like he covers all the bases that I didn't have to say anything about. And I'm like, all right.
So your son on Greek mythology is insane.
Jameson,
me and him have had like...
He reads a lot of books, dude.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
And it's not like the Percy Jackson shit. It's like straight up.
Yeah.
Your son's in it.
But it was cool that like I could ask him that question in that scenario, and it wasn't like an instant like I didn't have to explain religion or like that was going to be my caveat. It was like, I want you to think about this not as a religious person or a church person or anything like that. Like
right.
Like scientifically,
tell me what happens to the energy in your body. And
he listed off like 6 scenarios, and I was okay with all of them because it was all very well thought out, and it was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
So this is a highly intelligent conversation that I'm having with an 11-year-old child right now.
So Jameson has like this intellectual like stature about him.
Yeah.
Like when I'm around him, I will talk to him. And like like most kids, I don't talk to them like kids. I talk to them like adults.
Yeah, and you can do that with my kids, and they're like, yeah, cool.
And yeah, I do with every kid. I just talk to them.
They're small humans.
Yes.
Treat them like they're small humans.
Right.
They're not idiots. They're children.
No, I'm not going to baby talk them. I'm not going to like cater to anything. I'm just going to talk to them. Well, with Jameson, we have had a couple of conversations, and I'm sitting there talking to him like, man, you're set for life, dude.
And he will like hardcore nerd out on some shit.
Yeah.
And it's great because like you can tell what he's really passionate about.
Right.
And he's not ashamed to show that.
That's amazing.
I think it's fantastic because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm like, I am raising two small men.
That's it.
That I have to make sure
they're only kids. Like them being kids is the shortest part of their life.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's less than half.
I wish somebody would have like, well, I mean, technically my grandma kind of my grandma didn't do the fucking little boy
shit. She didn't kowtow to you and be like, "Oh, son, come here, let me hurt your boo boo."
No, she taught me fucking life lessons and values and like kind of like a trade set. Because she's like, I'm not. So my Mimi's like, I'm not letting you rely on a woman to cook for you.
Nice. I'm gonna teach you how to cook.
I'm gonna teach you how to cook. So every time I was with Mimi, I was in the kitchen with her.
That's awesome.
And we cooked. And all my cousins who listen to this podcast, they can attest to this. Like, we made Christmas candy. We did all the big meals. We made breakfast with each other.
That's perfect.
And like, here I am at 36. I can't. There's not a lot of things I'm not scared to make. Yeah. You know.
Well, and like I was raised. Yeah, we've talked about this before. I was raised by my grandparents, and like, for as long as I can remember, they always talked to me like I was an adult. Like there was no, there were no kid gloves.
No,
when it was involved with them, and
there was no Nerf corners. There was no.
No, I appreciate that now as a grown up, sort of.
Been good to get a hug every once in a while, but
I got plenty of that. But I was also like,
yeah, me too.
If I fucked up, like there were real consequences.
Yeah, there's repercussions to your actions. Yeah.
And whenever there was a decision to be made, like they presented the facts.
Yep.
My grandfather being an attorney probably helped a lot with that also.
Yeah.
So it was. He
was an attorney?
Oh yeah, for a long time.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a criminal defense attorney.
Holy shit, I didn't know that.
And he would not take a case if he didn't think he could win it.
Wow.
It was weird because he did criminal defense and divorce law, but he would only take cases for dads that were going to get screwed over by the moms.
In Texas.
In the 90s.
Yeah.
Which was every case.
Yeah.
But he was like, there was a lot of, assholes that showed up to my door that I wouldn't take their case because they didn't have a case.
Yeah. No, you're fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fucked up, bud. Sorry.
Well, not shitting on Texas at all. Are you all right?
Yeah, I got to pee.
You want to pause it?
Yeah, we're pausing.
Okay. You're doing this like weird truffle shuffle.
Yeah, so I had to pee real bad. Sorry about that. But it's that the court system is very biased.
I was trying to say, I'm not talking like shit on Texas, but Texas is a massive mama state.
Yes.
Like,
it's changing a little bit.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's some moms out there that don't take this the wrong way, mamas.
No.
Because single mamas are powerful women.
Single mamas are the best.
But there are some moms out there that really should not be in charge of their children.
Yeah.
But because Texas, they get it. The dad gets shit on, and has to fork over, 70% of his paycheck.
Yeah.
And then he's already spending the other 30% on him anyway.
Right. I worked with a guy years ago. Great father. Like the fucking best dad. And the mom was like just struggling to stay sober enough to like whatever. Couldn't get custody of the kid. And he was paying his ass. Like, I think every paycheck was like 40% garnished to her. And she was just blowing it on. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, she got hooked on diet pills. So it was like a legal prescription.
Yeah, legal meth.
Yeah, legal meth. That's all it was. It was a wild thing. And I think now he has his son. I think she fucked up enough where
they finally realized.
Yeah,
and that's the only person that's really terrible for is the kids.
Kid. Yeah.
Because as adults, we're like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Whatever. But when there's innocent people involved in that scenario.
I mean, you've got 2 decades, really, to like leave a lasting imprint on the kid.
Yeah. I think you're lucky if you've got 16 years.
And then the first 4 or 5. I think
by the time they're 16, they've made up their mind about who they're going to
be. Yeah, that's 1,000% correct. I've been the exact same since I was like 16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
You know, I decided that I'm not going to fucking fall for shit and be who I want to be. I saw more people who were great people, and they would just fold under certain pressures, and like it didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it's always weird to have that kind of example in your life, because I don't know, we'll take it back to the lock-ins for church or whatever.
Oh yeah.
There was a dude that I looked up to greatly.
Yeah.
In kind of that situation when I was really young. I was probably Jameson's age.
Yeah.
And the dude made one mistake, and it wasn't even a bad mistake.
And he got barbecued.
And it was just like, oh, well, I guess he's not really that good of a dude. And that it had no bearing on life whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, he's probably a fantastic human.
He got caught drinking beers at Chili's.
But, like, it was weird because my young, stupid brain didn't know any better.
Right.
Which is why I try to, like, I don't want to say expose my kids to the real world, but, like, they need to know that people aren't perfect.
This sounds crazy. This is probably like for the 1%ers. I grew up watching dudes drink beer all the time.
Yeah.
And these dudes they were like deacons in church and part of that community, but they would drink beer.
Yeah.
Mostly with like my dad and stuff.
Yeah.
And I went to this like youth thing, and they made it out like drinking beer is exactly from Satan.
Like all these dudes that are in the pulpit every Sunday are doing it.
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah. It threw me for a loop. Like, one of the best dudes I knew, who was my friend's dad, he drank beer absolutely every day. And hearing like, if you're a beer drinker, this, that, and the other, I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. These people are great humans.
Yeah. Yeah, these are the kindest. I'm not saying beer drinkers are the kindest people in the world.
No, but you knew that was the reality.
Yeah.
So you didn't have that false sense of imperfection.
Right.
Which I did.
Yeah.
So when I saw real life, I was like, oh, that's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Wasn't a bad guy at all. Probably a great dude. I bet he's still a great dude.
Yeah.
But I didn't know any better.
There's so much like I don't know why we're getting into this as well. But like there's so much
podcast works.
It's Welcome Truck Beers. There's so much like scrutiny that comes with certain job titles that belong to a church.
Yes.
I went earlier in
like Catholic priests shouldn't touch little boys.
Don't do that. That's not from God.
Yeah. Nobody should touch little boys, by the way.
Absolutely not. But like,
or little girls.
Just don't touch children.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple, fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Earlier in my marriage, I was very like involved with church. I thought I made a mistake in some parts, and I went deep into it. And it wasn't like, I don't know, I guess I was scared of things that are unknown,
Yeah, you were looking for
I was looking for
place to
something.
fall.
I had no one to go to.
Yeah.
All my friends weren't talking to me. I had no one. So I caught on to a certain thing, and I was like, yeah, this sounds right. And I was a guitar player, right?
Yeah. Hey, we'll be in our praise band?
Yeah, absolutely. And I did. I was part of a praise band for a little bit, and some of like they made me feel so guilty because some of the stuff that I loved, like beer drinking and like being myself, talking normal, like
being a human.
Yeah, being a human. They made me feel absolutely like trash. You know, like you can't say that. These are words that you cannot say here. And I was like, yeah, I get that, but like, come on, dude, like chill the fuck out. And it really like put like a weird damper on me for a while because I was like I'm trying to do this thing I have for y'all for free.
Yeah.
And like I enjoy it.
I'm using my talents for something.
Yeah, this is what I'm good at. I'm trying to help you. But also like there's a part of me that feels like this is okay too. And they were like, absolutely not.
Yeah, the double standards are always the hard ones.
And like everyone would talk to me like you're breaking her heart because you this, that, and the other. And I think it like snapped with me one day and I was like, no.
Yeah. This is not okay.
This is not okay.
Yeah. I get that.
No, if I'm going to be a human being, I got to be 100% who I am.
As you should be.
As you should be.
So like my sourness on the whole church scenario was after my dad passed. I had like spiky hair.
Yeah. Of course you did.
Earrings at that point in time.
It's early 2000s.
Yeah, it was 2004.
Yeah.
And I hadn't been going to his church very much. I'd been going to another church that was okay with all of it. And I was playing music already at this point in time.
Yeah.
Like, I was fully into the scene. It was that Christian pop punk. So it was like,
yeah,
you know, Hawk Nelson shit.
Right.
All day long.
Reliant K.
Yeah. That kind of stuff.
Right.
And I showed up at this Southern Baptist church. The looks I got from these old blue hairs.
Yeah, dude.
And then the comments that I got after the service, I was like, I'm never
stepping foot
ever coming back to this place ever again. Yeah. If this place was on fire, I would not pee on it.
Well, now you have
to put it out.
You have these Christians that are like
just because I didn't look the part.
Right.
That was it. I wasn't doing anything.
No.
I was still the same person I was before.
No,
I just looked different.
You look lost.
I had a tattoo, I had earrings, I had spiky hair.
Yeah.
And that was not okay.
And now you have these Christians that, like, I don't know if they know anything about the Bible because,
like, have you read the book that you're talking about?
Right, because, I mean, not making it political, but like the things that are going on, like, none of it is from the book.
No.
If they're going off that.
No. If
they're believers of what they talk about they believe in. Like, there's none of this anger. There's none of this animosity. It's all love. That's what I've always...
I don't know, man. Jesus was an angry dude.
He was angry when they tried to make...
righteously angry.
Yes. He got angry when they were trying to make money in the temple.
Yeah.
And he threw tables.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if you've seen these mega churches.
That's all they're doing is making money.
Joel Osteen would catch hands from Jesus.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
He was all about loving the poor. He was all about putting himself in the position to...
He was a servant.
Absolutely. Human servant.
Yes.
Nardwuar is more of a Christ follower than most people in this who call themselves Christian.
Dude, it's a really twisted scenario.
Being someone...
It's weird.
Yeah. Being someone who can like look at somebody and be like, oh, they're fucking their life up. God would hate them. That's crazy to me.
Yeah. Like, you don't know what's going on with that person.
Nope.
You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they are in their personal life.
Nope.
Just because you see them randomly in public and
you
disapprove of their appearance.
Yeah. Eat ass, Sharon.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's wild, dude. Jesus washed people's feet, man.
Yeah.
Like, he hung out with the whores
and
the druggies and the homeless people.
Me too.
Yeah. So it's like, get off your damn high horse.
Yeah.
and fucking live your life.
That's kind of where my hang up went for a while. I was like, what are we doing?
Your lifestyle and your teachings don't line up.
Right.
You're living a conflict, literally.
Yeah, you're a walking contradiction.
Get over it.
Right.
If you want to do it, do it.
Do it.
Anyway,
we'll get off that high horse.
So we'll keep it slightly political. Hulk Hogan released his own beer.
Yeah, Freedom Beer.
Real American beer.
It's real American. And I can't think of any more American dudes than
Truck Beer.
This guy across from me and myself.
So, and it's like, if you listen to him talk about it, he talks about, like, you know, the country's divided, this and that and the other, and blah, blah, blah. Like, he goes on a whole spiel. He's like, but you know what everybody loves?
A cold beer.
Good cold beer.
Fuck, dude. I'm about it, dude. A cold beer could bring people together.
Well, and it was funny because he was talking about this on the Pat McAfee show, which I listen to every day.
Shout out Pat McAfee.
And
you cute boy.
He's always said that more people come together over kegs than they do kale.
Fuck yeah.
And he's talking about, like, you know, there's a camaraderie in a locker room when there's not.
I'll tell you,
stupid restrictions.
I've made more friends in my life opening my cooler up to anybody who wants one.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're their hero.
When I show up to an event, most like at all these shows, I have cold beer. And I've gotten, like, this is
when I show up to work on Tuesday, I have cold beer.
Cold beer. I've had people come to that fucking door trying to buy a ticket, and they got a couple of beers. And I was like, hey, you want to throw your beer in my cooler? Cool them off? You know, you don't have to sit around with a fucking hot case of beer.
Yeah, don't. Yeah,
it's not me offering a beer, but then it turns into like, oh, snap, you could have some of these beers.
Yeah.
And then what was supposed to be a 12-pack night turns into like a 20-pack night.
Yeah.
Because I'm drinking his beers, my beers, everyone's beers.
But I promise that person would do the same thing.
Absolutely.
In another scenario because they've been shown a good example.
Yeah. Yeah, these beers are not my beers.
No.
When I buy more than one beer, these beers are for anybody who wants a beer. Because I'm telling you, there is something magical about sharing a beer.
Absolutely.
With a stranger, with a friend, with anybody. There is something, like, you can touch it.
It's tangible.
It's tangible, palpable. There is something about sharing a beer with someone, and it like makes the whole room come together. Yeah. I believe that 1,000%.
So that was the Hulkster's message. Hey, brother, we're gonna bring people together again. That's his whole reason for doing this.
Let me tell you, brother, if you want to put your product to the next level, you will be part of Truck Beers.
Yeah. So I sent them a message.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Their beer is currently not available where we live.
In East Texas.
It's west of Dallas or east of
Straight Power,
Arkansas.
Oh.
So, like, Alabama has it. Mississippi has it.
Yeah.
Just outside of Fort Worth has it.
Anheuser-Busch has East Texas in a fucking chokehold.
And this is the same people that make and distribute PBR.
Who does?
Which is surprising that we don't have it here yet.
It is wild.
So I sent him a message. It's like, hey, like, I really respect your product. I love your message.
Please.
If there's any way that we can work with you, let us know. I didn't ask him for anything.
No.
I didn't tell him we wanted anything.
No.
But, like, hey, we really love what you're doing. We also really love beer.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
Please.
So we'll see what happens. We'll keep you posted on that one.
Actually, you know what y'all could do if you really wanted to? Every post that Freedom Beer makes.
Real American beer.
Real American
beer.
Not
Freedom Beer. You got to quit.
I think Freedom Beer is the name.
You're fucking it up.
Real American Beer. I've been drinking a lot of American beers tonight. I'm sorry. Real American Beer, I think that any post they make, go follow them.
Yeah.
Go like their shit. But any post they make, you tag Truck Beers into that.
Absolutely. That'd be super cool.
That'd be like, it's free. It just takes you like a minute, if that.
I doubt it's even that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just tag our shit. Just say, like, you should listen to these guys. They're the fucking...
Well, we grew up watching wrestling. Right?
Fuck yeah. No, yes.
So, like, we grew up with Hulk Hogan when he was the Hulkamaniac.
When he was in NWO, he was the bad guy. What the fuck?
Yeah, he was the
How
heel.
is Hulk the heel?
He's the heel.
What the fuck is going on? Like,
It's when he wore all black. It was weird.
yeah.
It was
yeah.
weird.
And then he became Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
It was not my favorite.
I like the old Hulkster, which is what he's representing again now.
Yeah.
Because the label art is like...
I hope you know that his song that he would come out to, trying to be a man, you know, that's on my 4th of July
play. Real American. That's the beer.
Yes, I get it now. That's on my playlist for every 4th of July.
It's not Freedom Beer. Freedom Beer would have been a great name.
It might be our beer when we like make a beer. Just call it Truck Beers Freedom Beer.
Copyright trademark.
Don't touch it, bitch. We'll fucking pee on your face.
Twice.
But no, just if that's something y'all would love to support us in, tag our shit. I mean,
like at this point in time, I would just be happy with a reply. Like I didn't expect anything to come out of it. Or
you'll never know the sadness of commenting under your favorite beers.
And I haven't even had the beer, but I know people that have had it, and they say it's fantastic.
They say it's good enough.
They say it's good.
Yeah.
Not good enough.
But, so, like, we went through a spell. Earlier in this podcast, I was commenting under every Miller Lite post.
Absolutely. And they just didn't give us the time of day.
People would like it. There's tons of people that would like the comment I made, and they're like, "LOL, look at you go!" Da da da. No response. Yeah. I emailed Miller Lite. I'm putting you on Front Street, Miller. I'm letting you know.
Better be about it or be over it.
I sent y'all the message, and y'all fucking bamboozled me with another link. Another fucking thing.
Send this to our inbox.
Send this to here.
Goes directly to
Send
delete.
this to there. Well, then I started drinking Lone Star Light. I did that for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
On the podcast. I even said, like, drinking Lone Star Light. Because I was thinking, what's great? Drinking Lone Star in Texas with a Texas-based podcast?
Right.
Talking about Texas shit? I got a fucking sleeve dedicated to this.
All Texas.
All Texas. I was like, there's nothing better. Guess what happened? They told me to eat ass.
Literally.
So I haven't reached out to any more beer. I've reached out to Old Horse, but John tends not to talk about truck beers. He loves it when we talk about his place, but he doesn't want to hook us up with any beers. But
we could probably make something happen.
Real American beer could be the fucking shot in the dark we've been looking for. Like that might be something we need to be involved with.
I'm here for it, man.
Like, honestly, think about it. We get that kind of deal or something of a sort. They're like, hey, we'll send you a fucking 30-pack a month. You have no idea the posts we're going to make.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you have no idea. Fuck these T-shirts. I'm ripping every one of them and talking about this beer. I'm not kidding.
The promo videos?
The promo videos alone will be worth their weight in gold.
Yes.
Come on, Hulkster. You haven't let me down yet,
brother.
Like in 2012, you kind of did a little bit, but no, that's not that big a deal. I fucking love Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, the Hulk Hogan Macho Man deal.
Suburban Commando.
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
I was frozen today. Fucking Christopher Lloyd. That's my childhood, dude.
Yes. I like when you sent me that message, I started thinking about like when did wrestling like enter my mind? I had this older uncle who had every like WCW action figure.
Nice.
And he gave them to me as a young boy. And I didn't know he gave me all these characters.
I don't know who any of these people are.
And then like as I grew up a little bit and I was like, oh, this is the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
This is Macho Man Randy Savage. Like, this is Hot Rod Roddy Piper. Like, I had all these crazy...
Hitman Kevin Hart. Yes.
Fuck, man. I will never not be a wrestling fan.
No, and it's getting better.
It's becoming a thing.
Yeah, like the...
I would like to... Like, they made that McMahon documentary. I think it's only bringing more eyes to wrestling.
Yeah. And it was supposed to do the opposite.
Yeah, they're like, oh, Vince McMahon's a piece of shit. Like, yeah, we all know this.
Yeah,
but
everybody's always known that forever.
Look at what's her name, Rhea Ripley.
Yeah,
she could own me.
She would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I could do. A muscle mommy, goth. Oh, fuck.
Like she may be like the ultimate muscle mommy.
I don't know. There's
like in the spotlight.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. There's a lot of girls on Instagram that I would.
Again, you've got to
I know.
Steer clear.
I'm hoping this podcast takes off so I have some clout. So when my DMs come in, they mean something.
So yeah, that was my business venture for the day, was messaging random beer companies.
I think we should. I think I've been slacking in that department.
And if I don't hear from them tomorrow, I'll message them again.
Oh, we'll message them every day till we get a fucking answer.
That's right. Even if it's like, dude, leave me the fuck alone. Cool, great, you read it.
You read it. Make sure we just need to know your understanding.
Yeah. Are you alive?
Yeah. And I hope it's honestly, I hope they've hired dudes that are like all about the hang. If that's what
I hope so.
You know what I'm saying? Like if that's what they're going off of, like, hey.
Well, like if you look at their Instagram page, their marketing is like
it's us?
Yeah.
Guess what? I'm gonna follow them right now on our Instagram. Real American Beer, not Freedom Beer.
But I mean, like, I don't think it could or will, but the beer could be trash. I highly doubt it.
Man, that crew neck is dope as shit.
Dude, look at the hats.
I'm going. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They've got hella merch. That's perfect. It's all wrestling merch. Like that's the cool thing about it is like it brings us back to that era of our youth.
Could you imagine if just we
oh my god, this is Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Like us as a tag team duo in wrestling.
Oh yeah, we'd
making
be heels.
Promos.
We'd be heels.
So fucking 1000%.
Yeah, we'd be heels.
We would be. Oh, that would be great. Both of our sinister minds brought to one task to ruin.
Whatever the opposite of Stone Cold is what we would be. Because we would drink as much as he did,
but not
just
be the hero.
Not be good guys.
No.
Yep. Stone Cold was kind of a heel.
He was a heel for a little bit. Yeah.
I think everybody that's been
someone has to be a heel.
They took their turn. Yeah, as a heel.
Yeah. I watched this interesting thing about John Cena. He had the hardest time.
Well, his heel move was China.
Xin Sao?
Yeah.
King Pong?
Yeah.
Did you know Shower Party in Mandarin is Xing Xiao Wan Fan?
That's a good band name.
Xing Xiao Wan Fan?
Yeah.
We went years ago. This was years ago. Clayton Prentice, Nathan Durham, and their girlfriends at the time. What? No, wait. One is still his wife now.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. We went to a Chinese buffet and we opened up the fortune cookies. And it was the word to learn in Mandarin. And it was shower, and someone else got party. And it was Xin Xiao Wan Fan. And I've put that in my fucking pocket. I can't wait to go to China. And they're like, oh, American, you know. I'm not going to do the accent. That's fucking brutal.
You go Xing Xiao Wan Fan.
I'm going to go Xing Xiao Wan Fan. And they're like, I can just
they're going to point you to a building a block and a half down there and say, and you'll go there.
And the government will shoot me in the fucking forehead. And that's...
No, you'll have a shower party for $4.
Those videos in Thailand, I don't know if you've seen them.
The lady boys?
Well, no, what I see in the video is a man walking down the street, and all these baddies are like, hello, cowboy. I can only guess some of them are lady boys, but not all of them, statistically. Some of them have to be.
Well, it's probably a 50-50 shot.
The problem is, where I'm at now.
Which 50 is it?
I don't know. I don't know where I stand. Oh, this is risky. Did you do any research on the John F. Kennedy stuff? Come on, man. You got it.
I'm trying to grab two.
Oh. That had a little spittle in it.
Yeah, I mean, I've done some.
I know there's someone that said like they're excited to hear us get into it, and I would like to like.
So there's been 2 crazy theories that have kind of come out since the declassification.
Yeah.
That have been very interesting.
Yeah.
And they're theories that existed before, so this is not like new information.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit more evidence for one of them. And that one is that it was...
that should be real American beer, but it's not.
It's just Miller Lite.
Miller.
It said it was completely an inside job.
Right. CIA had all...
Conducted by the CIA.
Yes.
And if you look at the Zapruder film, which is the
film...
The front angle from the whole thing. Right? There's a still frame, slow-mo... both of those things.
Yeah.
Shot of like Kennedy's been shot once in the neck.
Yep.
And he's holding his neck.
As you should.
Jackie is like
huddled,
like holding him because he's literally.
Yeah, that's her boy.
Well, yeah, that was her hero.
Yeah. It's her husband.
Yeah.
And she loved him.
Yeah.
Even though he was fucking everything.
Well.
He was a dickhound, dude.
Yeah. This is arguably the best president we've ever had for the shortest amount of time we've ever had.
Yeah, he was just one of the boys.
He was tearing down the organization.
Yep.
Which is why this probably happened. But it shows the driver of the limo.
Yeah.
Take his left hand and kind of go over his shoulder and do a thing.
Yeah. He was just giving him finger pistols.
Yeah.
You'll be all right, cowboy.
Yeah.
We're in Texas.
Yeah. So it's the theory is that it was a electrically actuated gas powered pistol.
Yeah.
That shot a penetrating dart capsule into his head.
And
that contained like shellfish toxins, basically that dissolve your brain. So, like, even if he didn't die from the impact,
he's just going to be dead, yeah.
Which also ties into the theory that they switched his brain out with a different brain on the way to the hospital that was got 74 miles away.
Didn't he get, like, he got shot in the neck.
Yep.
But then his brain, he got shot in the head,
right.
too. Yes.
Right. Which is where, this one is, like, from the driver. Capped him right in the head. And the way that the dart was constructed is if it didn't kill him on impact,
it'd kill him with the
toxins and he would die anyway.
Yeah.
His brain will dissolve. There's a bunch of weird shit behind it.
Well, his autopsy reports never shown anything other than he died from gunshot wound.
Right, because the theory is they switched his brain out.
Yes.
On the way to the hospital.
Yeah, because Jackie Kennedy was trying to put his brains back in his head in the video.
Right.
Right.
So the dart exploded,
right.
which is what it was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
But if it didn't, it was going to deteriorate anyway.
Right.
And they still have not released her interview yet. That's the one thing that everybody's waiting on.
She's dead, yeah?
I think so, but I can't say for a fact. We could do a quick Google.
Jackie Kennedy.
Jackie Onassis.
One day someone's going to be like, is Matt Smith dead? And they're going to Google it. And they're like, no, that guy's in Doctor Who.
So that's one theory that I can kind of get behind.
Oh, she died in 1994.
Yeah, I thought she was dead, but I didn't want to say like, oh, for sure, and be wrong.
Well, she was born in 1929, so.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
She'd be a little old these days.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, the theory is that the driver of the limo was a CIA operative,
a made man
that capped him in the brain. Because the pistol that they're saying he used is an actual CIA assassination weapon.
Yeah.
Like it's an issued thing that spies get.
Wow.
And so what would have led to this scenario was Kennedy was trying to shut down the CIA because they were CIAing in the United States, which is 1,000% against their charter.
Yeah.
Because their charter says they can only conduct operations
overseas.
abroad.
Abroad, yeah.
Yeah. Nothing in the United States or the U.S. territories.
Well, he was the fucking Eisenhower had that great speech about the military-industrial complex.
Yeah.
And then after Eisenhower, of course, was Kennedy.
Right.
And then Kennedy was making waves. I don't think he was after Eisenhower. I think there was another president between them.
Ford?
Maybe. I'm not very sure.
I'm not good on American history.
Yeah, don't get me started on that. But
I'll lie to you. I'll get them all out of order.
Kennedy.
I can barely name all 50 states.
So I can name them, but like I got to be real hammered. It's a weird thing. I learned a song in 5th grade.
One more real American beer.
Yeah.
That we don't have yet.
We don't have yet. Hulk Hogan. If you want to hear the 50 states,
brother.
Sponsor us, brother. So Kennedy was making waves, like
he wanted to shut down the CIA completely.
Yes,
and or hold them to the charter that was issued to them when they were founded.
Well, like fuck, if you're a company and your mission statements, we only work right here in this county, and you should like, nah, I'm gonna work over here too a little bit.
Yeah,
the CIA is absolutely the corrupt of corrupt. That book Chaos, where they talk about it's by Tom O'Neill. Everyone's heard it about on Rogan.
Yeah.
The book is
dismantles the entire CIA operation.
Well, the CIA operation that made Charlie Manson who Charlie Manson is.
Yeah,
they taught him how to be a fucking
killer.
Well, they taught him how to be a fucking cult leader.
Yeah,
trick people. You know,
drink the Kool-Aid.
CIA had like the fucking Midnight Cowboy stuff. You got to pee again?
Yes. Dude, pee.
My favorite thing.
So Midnight Cowboys.
Yeah, that was what CIA, they would drug Johns. These dudes were going to a whorehouse, and they think they're going to get their dick.
Dude, that's worse. Like, you, I'm just going to get my rocks off.
Yeah.
And then you wake up in a prison cell somewhere.
Yeah, I'm going to cheat on my wife with a fucking foreign piece of cocktail.
Or maybe you're just a lonely dude.
Or a lonely dude, and they give him a cocktail, and in that cocktail there was, like, high levels of, like, LSD and so, like, crazy drugs. And they were just, like, testing these dudes to see what these drugs would do to someone. Getting information. And these motherfuckers just
fun fact, they make you high.
Yeah, fun fact, they make you see God. And these guys would like come into it like 24 hours later, and they're like, I can't tell anybody because I was in a whorehouse.
Yeah, there's like you have no alibi.
Yeah, the CIA has been a part of so many dirty acts.
Yes,
they're bad boys, allegedly.
So the other major theory that's kind of come out of it once they started releasing some names, and most of the names were known, but some of the names were fake names, was that it was Israel that did it.
Of course they did.
Because
of course they did.
Shortly before this motorcade in Dallas,
they're trying to get my coins.
No,
I'm just
Israel was developing a nuclear program.
Oh, okay.
And because of this happened right after the Cold War,
yeah,
the U.S. was heavily involved in the UN and all that stuff. And like part of the charter was any country involved in the United Nations treaty at that point in time
could not
had access to inspect any other country's nuclear program.
Yeah.
Whether it be for...
That's why Iran and India got in some heat. Yes.
So whether it be for like nuclear power or weapons, whatever it was...
It's the same shit.
You had access to investigate at your discretion their setup.
Yeah.
So Israel pushed back for a long time on the U.S. coming to do an inspection. They finally caved and said, all right, come look at our stuff.
Yeah.
Well, when they came to look at it, it was a fake control room with a bunch of other stuff.
Oh.
And Kennedy was pushing on this hard because he somehow knew about it.
Well, Kennedy knows what these weapons can do.
Correct.
He was alive during, he might have been, what, a teenager or younger?
During World War II?
Yeah. He was 43.
He was in his 20s.
Yeah, he was in his 40s as president.
Late teens, early 20s.
Yeah.
When World War II happened.
Right.
So, hold on, let me get this right. I'm gonna fuck it up. But so we send our emissaries to go look at their stuff.
Right.
They determine that it's a fake control room. It's not a real setup. It looks like a power plant, but it's really a nuclear weapons facility.
It's kind of hard to fake a nuclear power plant.
Not really. All they got to see was the control room.
Yeah. Okay.
So we could make this place look like a nuclear control room.
It is.
Could be.
Yeah.
So they walk in, they see it, they're like, all right, this is not legit.
Right.
They go back home to here, report on their findings. Kennedy gets pissed. He's like,
right.
Show us what you've really got.
Yeah. Or
there's going to be issues.
I want to know why we are so hell-bent on protecting Israel. I'm not trying to get into the whole thing in the Gaza Strip. Granted, it's fucking awful.
I just don't know why we feel like we have to be world police.
Why the fuck are we in anybody's business?
We've got enough problems at home.
But you hear all these they want to protect Israel because that's the homeland of Christ. I guess
it's kind of like we talked about a few episodes ago, the Christian nationalists launching fake UFOs to make it a second coming event. Anyway, I did say that. You can go back like 3 or 4 episodes ago and quote me. I don't care.
Yeah.
Eat my ass.
There you go.
So Kennedy says, this is bullshit. This is not going to fly. Let's figure it out.
Go Kennedy.
So
John Fitzgerald.
he landed at Love Field. No, it was DFW. When DFW was tiny. He's in the motorcade. The place he's going to is the textile factory in Dallas.
Yeah.
It's for a luncheon. This is not like a political rally.
No, he's just making rounds.
Yeah, he was literally invited to come to this thing that
of course he was.
The party was throwing.
Of course he was.
The guy that owns the textile factory.
His name is Ari Goldberg.
No.
Oh.
But it was a very Jewish person.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I was just talking shit. My bad.
That happened to be a member of this massive Jewish nationalist movement.
Oh, the fucking what are they called? I know. Yeah,
it's like the Sons of Zion or something like that.
Yeah,
that's not right, but it's something along those lines.
Right.
So he basically talks Kennedy into coming to this thing.
Yeah.
And allegedly, the Zapruder film, the guy that filmed it, was also a member of this party. So that's why he knew exactly where to be, when it happened.
Right.
The dude that shoots him takes into custody. Jack Ruby shoots him, right?
Jack Ruby was a bar owner, like a club owner.
Jack Ruby, his real name is Rubenstein, is also a member of this party. So he takes out the only guy that knows what's actually going on before he can go to trial.
Because everyone has said for years he's the patsy. Not Jack Ruby, Osborne.
Yeah, Oswald.
Lee
Harvey Oswald.
Was
a hired gun.
Yes.
That was taken out.
Right.
Before he could go to trial.
Yep.
Because this is going to be a huge worldwide event.
Fucking it, yeah.
Dude killed a president. Hasn't happened since fucking Abraham Lincoln.
Right.
That's not right.
Well, there was one president that got shot and he just kept talking.
Yeah. But like an actual official presidential assassination.
Yeah.
That was successful hasn't happened since Lincoln.
Right.
This is going to be a huge worldwide event.
Yeah.
We have to take out the only witness that knows who paid him to do the thing.
Fuck yeah. Get him out of here.
So Jack Ruby, Jocko Rubenstein, member of the same Israelite affiliate as the guy that owns the place that Kennedy's going, the same club that the guy that filmed the Zapruder films is a member of. It's just this whole weird Israel thing. And I don't know that any of it is factual. I doubt most of it is. But I'm still waiting for the Jackie O interview to be released, which it has not been, because she was interviewed for like 3 hours after the fact.
Yeah.
And that's the only one that has yet to be released.
His name was Jacob Rubenstein.
Yeah.
Trying to find the club. I say club. He's a paid-up member of the Shearith Israel.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
Shearith.
It. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of dots there that connect.
Maybe Kanye's onto something.
So,
just kidding. He's full-blown Nazi right now.
Man, like, you know what? And like, you know, there's 3 sides to every story.
Yep.
There's
the truth,
this side, and the truth is usually somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
It could be the CIA working with these people.
Yeah.
All I know is there was a bunch of dudes and corporations and people in power that were going to lose their entire ass if Kennedy got half of the shit he wanted pushed through.
So there is a bunch of dudes that did work for the CIA now. Some of them have served time in prison for being whistleblowers.
Yeah.
Now they're out talking their shit.
And you can do whatever you want now. You've already done, like, you can't do double jeopardy.
Double jeopardy.
There's no such thing. Well, there may be with the CIA. I don't know.
So when Trump had a attempt on his life in Butler, Pennsylvania, tons of people came forward saying, like, this is the plan from these major alphabet companies, you know, CIA, FBI, whatever.
Yeah.
They don't want this guy to get in office because
he doesn't give a fuck.
Well, he's doing the same shit.
It's kind of following the same path as Kennedy
fucking
did.
Dude. And it's wild that RFK Jr.
Well, that's the biggest reason that this has been declassified, because his dad was also assassinated.
Yes.
His uncle and his dad.
Yes.
Both assassinated.
Well, the thing that I've kind of like read about, Robert F. Kennedy was making a run for Congress as a governor.
Yeah.
And he got murked in California, Los Angeles.
Yep.
They did not want him to be sworn in because he was coming for the heads who killed his brother.
Right. Because I think he knew.
I
think he had found out what happened.
Right.
It was about to be scorched earth.
Right. Like, that's what, from my understanding, like, if he would have, hey, you are, and he was on his way to be.
Yeah, he was going to have a voice, a bigger voice than he already had.
Yeah, and he was going to fucking go after it.
And, like, we probably sound like loons right now to some people. I don't care.
I just want to make sure everyone knows I'm not a Nazi.
Read a fucking book.
Yeah. It's
also not a Nazi, but read a fucking book.
Yeah, Nazis are against books.
I'm
not.
Do your own research.
Right.
Don't believe everything that everybody's telling you.
That's probably it. That's probably the most simple thing you can do for yourself.
Form your own opinion,
please. I hate seeing how everyone is like, they just go off Twitter post.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a good place to start.
No,
but like, follow that rabbit trail.
Yes,
go down that hole.
If you have the time, do it. For sure.
Even
if you don't have the time, shut the fuck up.
Make the time. It's worth it.
Yes.
And like what I talked about before, those are just 2 different opinions and potential scenarios.
Right.
I don't know that either one of them are true.
No.
But based on the stuff that I've read and looked at, those are the 2 like leading contenders for what actually happened. Will we ever know what really happened? Probably not.
No, you have to be in the rooms that these decisions are made in.
Yeah.
I know that America is massively in favor of Israel. And
always have been.
I know that if you talk to a true rabbi Israel, they fucking can't stand us as Americans.
Yeah.
We don't follow their values.
Japan's the same way.
Japan's exactly the same.
They hate us.
Well, there's
we did blow them off the planet almost.
We did fucking put it to them.
They started it.
They shouldn't have fucking came to fucking Hawaii, dude.
It's a different story. That's a different podcast altogether.
Like as an American, when I hear the accounts of Pearl Harbor and what was said that same day, like, motherfucker, today will be a day that will live in infamy.
Yeah. You woke the sleeping giant.
You woke the sleeping giant.
Because we were, like, very neutral at that point in time.
We were not a part of shit.
Because we had just gotten out of World War I, like, 20 years before that.
Yeah, we were trying to rebuild.
We wanted no part of this conflict.
When that shit happened,
we were not involved at all in the war.
Hey,
until
you're fucking
officially not involved in the war at all.
Hey, your fucking great-grandmother put her work gloves on, went to work in the factories while Grandpa went overseas and handled business. Yeah. The greatest generation.
Damn right.
The fucking greatest generation.
If you were lucky enough to know somebody that was alive at that point in time,
yeah.
Some of them are still alive. Yeah. If you know one of them, get them to start talking.
So Mimi,
they will tell you the wildest stories that will make you feel like all of your problems do not amount to a wet fart in a rainstorm.
Hey, Mimi was born in 1939.
Right before the war.
Her dad, Big Daddy, was like about it.
My dad / grandfather lied about his age
to be a part,
to enlist and go to war.
Fucking
and then he was a POW, survived the Bataan Death March. Like
he was a part of the Death March.
Yes, survived it. Came back to the States, had a heart attack. They put a sheet over his head because they thought he was dead. He sat up in the middle of the hospital and was like, "Hey,
fix his heart.
I'm not dead yet.
Holy shit.
'Tis but a scratch.
'Tis but a scratch, my lord."
So, like, those motherfuckers were cut from a different cloth. Like, that's when, like, men were men, women were women.
I ain't it.
And, like, none of us can hold a candle to any of those people.
Like, all my fucking bullshit, like...
And I may be a little bit biased because I was raised by one of those dudes.
No.
But, damn.
Yeah.
Again, read a book.
Yeah. I've read a bunch of books based out of World War II. Some are the accounts of an American soldier and the whole process of him getting there and working the backside of the Russian front. I've read the accounts of course, of Jewish children, Count the Stars, Boots.
That was... Dude,
those are fucking
that was
brutal.
Fucked up situation.
I've read the accounts of a Polish man who owned a bakery and looking at the propaganda that happened before, these very well-dressed men in suits with, like, skulls and crossbones and eagles.
Just came in and took over your whole place.
Took over their whole fucking life. Like, I've read so many books.
Poland got fucked.
There is no one more fucked than Poland.
Because they were in the middle. They were like neutral ground that was never supposed to be crossed. And Germany just said, hey, you know what? This is ours now.
Yeah. Poland had no business in anything. They didn't even want to be a part of any of the fighting.
No.
Yeah. It's... Oh, goddamn. It's crazy. Do you keep up with UFC at all?
Not really.
So there's this dude named Bryce Mitchell. His name is Stug Nasty. He started
familiar with the name, yes.
Yeah. He started a podcast.
This is the guy that said Hitler may not have been that much of a bad dude?
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, so dumb.
Big time. He thought...
Hey, I'll take how to end your career for 1,000, Alex.
That was episode 2 of his podcast. I don't know how you shit on your career that big, but like...
You know what the fucked up thing is, though? Is he's going to get a lot of people that are like, maybe.
Maybe. Like...
Hitler was a very well-read, well-spoken man.
Yeah.
Like, he had some half-ass tolerable ideas.
Yeah.
And I'll say that's like 2%.
Yeah.
The other 98% were fucking batshit crazy eugenics bullshit.
He's not he's not someone that I would look back on. Like, so you look at Hitler and you're like, yeah, he's fucked up.
He's a bad dude.
Gross.
Yeah.
But if someone said like Genghis Khan, you're like, oh, that guy. You know, Genghis Khan.
That was also 300 years ago.
Genghis Khan?
Yeah.
Way further.
Yeah, that's like
1400 years ago.
There was no civilization as we know it at that point in
There's
time.
no one you're related to that remembers it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy that we can look at, like Napoleon. They're like, yeah, he was a great military mind. That motherfucker ruined people's life.
Also batshit crazy.
Batshit crazy. Like,
great military leader. Yes, absolutely. Hands down. One of the most efficient, effective military leaders of all time.
But also...
Piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can be more than one thing.
Right.
Hitler was just a piece of shit.
Yes.
And a good businessman.
Yeah. Also,
that's it.
Pretty decent artist.
Yeah.
He didn't get into art school. That might have been the whole problem.
Yeah, he was just an emo kid.
That's what... Listen, every emo kid needs love.
Yeah. Or otherwise, they may be the next Hitler.
Might be the next Hitler. No, I think about that all the time, dude. Like, there's a fucking grill, Genghis Grill.
Yeah.
And you're like, you named your fucking restaurant
after
the most ruthless motherfucker
ever
in our history.
Yeah. You know what's funny is they say that like you can still trace certain people's ancestry.
1/3 of the
humanity.
1/3 you can trace his DNA.
He was prolific at fucking.
He be fucking
everybody.
He was proficient in the fucking. And then
and horses.
And then his son Kublai Khan fucked it all up. It took one son,
It always only takes one asshole,
dude.
To fuck up a good thing, you need one dickhead to fuck up a good thing.
What's that dude's name? Dan Harmon had a podcast series called Wrath of the Khans.
Okay.
And it was like a fucking 8-part series about Genghis Khan.
Just his family history and him.
Well, it was Genghis Khan's his whole career. Like from being born, they said when he was born, killed his mother in birth and was holding a blood clot in his hand. That's the legend.
I did this.
I killed my mom. He was born of these Eastern steppe people.
Yeah.
Like in Mongolia.
Oh, yeah. Like he was basically trash.
Yeah. Attila the Hun was first. Attila the Hun was before Genghis Khan.
Right.
So he was born of these Huns. And the legend is...
But like he's the son of a concubine.
Yes.
And not like... He's not royal blood, really.
No, he's just a bad boy.
But he just put his foot in all of their asses.
Yes.
And said, hey, guess what? I'm going to tame these horses. And we're going to take over the world.
Yeah. Yeah, learn how to shoot a bow on these fucking horses. Yep. We're going to go handle business. Yep. They had... So like their clothes were these field rats. And they sewn all of their skins together.
Yeah.
That was their uniform for a while.
It's leather armor, baby.
Just fucking little patches of, like, imagine in the 90s with all the denim patches shit.
It was that.
It was that, but rat skin.
Yeah. It's like New York.
One of the craziest stories, he went to the Middle East, and he went to, it was like Istanbul or some kind of, probably wasn't.
Well, he controlled the Silk Road for...
Ever.
100 years.
So there was
not necessarily him, but like...
There was part of the Silk Road where there's a traveler going down the road, and he's like, I didn't know China had mountains with and he got closer and realized it was bones.
Oh, shit.
Stacked up. And he's like, these are fucking bones of this motherfucker. Stack the bones up.
Tears of my enemies.
Yes. But like there's one story where he went to this Middle Eastern Muslim country, and they had this giant wall. And they had a messenger go out to him and be like, hey, you have no business here. Go fuck yourself. He sent that messenger back on fire, catapulted over the wall.
Hey, he killed the messenger.
He fucked the messenger up.
Yeah.
And he has accounts where saying like, yes, bodies burn more than like hay.
Yeah.
So I'll throw a burning body over your wall. Like, and then
he was ruthless.
He would tell these people, like, you have this opportunity right now to come join my team, right, and fight your people for me to win.
Or I'll kill you on the spot.
Or I'll just fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Well, people would come over and like, hey, don't kill me. I'll be a part of your team. He would use them to fight. And then
put them on the front lines.
After it was said and done and there was someone alive, he's like, hey, look at us. We fucking did it. He's like, I don't fucking work with cowards.
You'd kill him anyway.
And kill him anyway.
That's brutal.
So in Afghanistan, at one point in the history, Afghanistan was the central hub for math, science. Like they were the dudes. Like they were like Greece. You know, they had the Khans, like Genghis Khan's boys. Genghis Khan and the Boys. It's a cool band name.
GK and the Bees.
GK's and the Bees.
It's actually a J.
Yeah. They came in there and fucking decimated everything. They said the river that runs through it was the color of ink and blood together. Ugh. They put them back in the Stone Age.
Yeah.
They fucked them up so bad. Like Afghanistan
they hit the reset button.
Yes. So like at one point, Afghanistan was like the leading experts in all things science and math, and Genghis Khan was like, no.
This is my shit.
I'm going to have sex with all your women, and you will know that
start a new generation without you.
Yeah. It's just, that dude was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
And we're so far removed from it, we just don't realize how bad he was.
Still probably better than Hitler.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Well, he didn't want to eliminate a race. He just wanted to make it his own race.
He wanted to be the king of the world.
Yeah.
He wanted to be the
Hitler was just insecure.
Hitler was a sad boy.
He was insecure because of all these blonde-haired, blue-eyed people.
He wanted to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So I remember when as a kid, my dad would tell me about Hitler. He's like, they would kill anyone that wasn't blonde-haired and blue-eyed.
Yeah. Well, he was not. That's the fucked up thing.
He was
the opposite of
his
that.
mother was Jewish.
Yes.
Yeah. He was a fucking idiot.
He was ashamed of his entire heritage.
Yeah.
Which has got to be a really fucked up situation to live your life in.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ashamed of some things in my past, but, like, not that much.
No.
Like, I'm not going to commit genocide.
Since learning that I'm Irish, I'm fucking proud of being...
I'm just 1,000% English.
You are English.
Yeah.
You should be... We should just go to Europe.
I am Orlando Bloom.
We should do Truck Beers Europe. And then Ireland, too. Because Ireland's not part of...
Dude, I'm down.
That would be dope.
I've drank in a lot of countries. Ireland's not one of them yet.
I'd fucking go to Ireland in a heartbeat.
I drank all the gin in the Heathrow Airport. At least in the lounge I was in.
That would be dope as fuck, to go to like Ireland and England and just tie one on.
I'll fuck with some castles. I'm here for that.
I will fuck with some Irish ladies, dude.
Yeah.
We might be cousins, but like...
Hey, it's way down the road.
If I don't know, we don't know.
Maybe like 17th cousins. It's okay.
But like, Hitler knew what he was, and he was still ashamed of it.
I think that makes it infinitely worse.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what you are,
yeah,
and you hate it so much that you want to eliminate it.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
No.
I don't care who you are. I don't care where you come from. That's not okay.
That's fucked up.
That's the worst kind of piece of shit you can possibly be.
Yeah.
I get like, oh, I hate my parents. Great. You're not going to kill off a whole race of people because you don't like your parents.
Right. He was so fucking bass-backwards in his thinking.
This has been a really wild podcast.
I'm here for it.
I am here for it.
I started off a bunch in, so I'm just jabble-jobbing now.
I think we have also scientifically proven I have the smallest bladder known to mankind.
You've made pee-pee many times.
It's so bad.
When I peed, I thought I was going to break the porcelain off
You
the back.
flushed halfway through your piss.
Yeah.
Which I thought only people did when they shit.
No, I like to try to time it.
But like I thought you were like reaching the overflow point. So you had to flush.
Yeah.
So there was not overflow. Anyway.
No, I do this weird thing. I try to time my flushes. So like as soon as my pee's done, that's when the bowl starts filling up.
You failed.
Miserably.
You failed.
There's still pee in that pot. I didn't reflush it. I'm not gonna wait.
I'll let that marinate.
Yeah. Stinky. I don't know where we're going with anything.
Man, like
you gotta pee again, don't you?
a little bit. I told you, it's the size of a peanut, and not like a peanut in a shell, like one physical peanut.
Yeah,
it's that big. For our audio listeners,
fuck you.
My fingers are about the width of a peanut apart.
Yeah,
but like I've said this before. This is like the coolest thing about this podcast is we don't plan this.
No, this is
we don't.
This conversation was going to happen regardless if you were here or not.
We don't have notes coming into it. We we saw Craig earlier over at Old Horse, and I was talking to him earlier today at work, and he was like, "Hey, you doing podcast tonight?" I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "You should come over before you do the podcast, so I don't have to stay late." I was like, "Shut up,
fuck you."
Craig. And I was like, yeah, I don't even have any idea what we're going to talk about, but that's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
Because it feels better to just go. Like
it's fun.
And sometimes these start off slow. Sometimes there's lulls. Sometimes
I think this podcast, we've been on a fucking level all podcasts.
Yeah. But most of 99.4%, they just happen.
Yeah.
Like, we've had some that we kind of, like, half-assed knew what we were going to talk about.
Yeah.
But it was just, like, a general idea of, like, hey, I want to cover this topic with no details.
Right. It's kind of weird, like, things that happen during the week I want to talk about on the podcast, and it never comes up. Like, the week before last, I told you in person that my kids were making a game of how many beers I drank.
Oh,
while we're having game night.
That's right. And while you were playing Yahtzee.
We were playing Yahtzee.
Yeah. We never did talk about that.
Yeah, we talked about it, but we didn't.
Yes. Yeah.
So my kids were making a game out of like how many beers I drank as we were playing Yahtzee. And we got up to 18. And I felt pretty shitty about it the next day, but like it was kind of funny. My daughters were like, 17.
So like at that point in time, it's like it's a challenge. You're like,
that's exactly. I had a bunch.
I'm going to set a new PR.
Yeah.
New personal record.
Everyone's healthy. We're going to go to bed and wake up in the morning.
We're home.
Who
home.
Cares? Yeah, that's right. That's what happened. Like, it started with, like, my daughter going, 9.
And you're like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh. So that's a
Somebody's counting.
That's a secret to me is, like, if you just start keeping count of how many beers, I'll drink all of them.
That's dangerous information for me to have.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
27.
I'll just die.
So we had our next to last practice tonight.
It was rough.
I think we'll probably end with this segment.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. It
was a really good jam. Like, it's fucked up because we're figuring out some shit,
and we sound good as fuck.
That's like, oh great, we're gonna like, I guess it's kind of cool. Like, your last load should be your best load.
I guess
it's gonna be.
When is my last load gonna be in life?
February 22nd.
I'm gonna die.
I meant musically.
Yeah, no.
Not seminally.
So
is that a word?
No. Semen.
I don't know how to say your last load of semen. It doesn't matter.
Come.
Appropriate.
Yeah. Come correct or don't come at all.
So we had our next to last practice tonight for running with Giants. You should really come out to Ollie's on February 22nd. If you can. If you can't, we won't hate you forever, but we'll hate you for a little bit.
We'll just, if you come to the show and, like, before the show starts, you start like a group chant, truck, beers, truck, beer.
That might be one of the coolest things ever.
That might make me feel a lot better about this whole thing.
Yeah. I'll be able to walk away. I mean, I'm going to walk away okay either way. But, like, this band has meant a tremendous amount to me over the last year.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you and the other dudes this last year, I wouldn't be okay.
No.
It was a rough year. We made it through it. Here we are. We're doing this. It's going great. The band thing was going fantastic, and then it just went. But it's okay. We talked about this before. Like, there's no hard feelings. I love these dudes. I hate them a little bit.
I hate Josh a little bit, a lot.
Well, no.
He doesn't listen to the podcast, so I can just say
it's fine. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I can just say Josh is
it's bad when your best friends don't listen. Because they hear this all the time anyway.
So,
like, I don't blame them.
They're overwhelmed. Yeah. I don't
know. Because this is just us all the time. It was great practice. We figured out some stuff that we probably should have figured out at least a year ago.
Yeah.
But, you know what? When you're under pressure, diamonds are made.
That's it, baby. We're going to be like the Eagles, and we're going to walk all over these motherfuckers on the 22nd.
Also, that's the same amount of points the Chiefs scored yesterday.
It's all
22.
It's all 22. 22 all the way down.
That's going to be the name of this episode.
22 all the way down?
22 all the way down.
Yeah, if y'all could come out, that would be everything. I know that there is 2 really important people in my life coming to that show.
That's fantastic.
Ben Jordan and Jacob Thompson, they're coming.
That's going to be cool to see those guys again. I've seen Ben in the last couple of years. I haven't seen Jacob in probably
a long time.
7-8 years maybe.
He told me, he's like, we're coming because I think he's like, as long as my parents can watch the kids, we're going to be there.
Bring your kids. It's an all-ages show.
I was like, come to the show. But like, there's a part of me I was like, don't bring your kids.
No, bring your kids.
I'll ruin that kid's life.
They make earplugs for a reason.
It's going to be a good show. Every band that's playing that night is top notch.
Yes.
And I think there's like a fucking aura with this show, knowing that it's our last show and it's going to be like, it's going to be a wild time.
Yeah. There's going to be
and I'm going to run the door for the first part of it till it's time to play, so I'll be hyped up.
That's one band.
That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. That's everybody coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I'm going to make a fucking eye contact with everybody.
You can give everybody a kiss.
That's right. If you come to the show, I'll kiss you on the mouth. Boy or girl. Whatever.
All right. Hey, we love you guys. Thank you for your support.
We love you. We're on Cash App again. Yep. If you feel like you want to support us, that would be wonderful.
Truck Beers on Cash App. Truck Beers on everything. Hey, if you feel like it, holler at the Hulkster, brother. Real American Beer. Tell them that we're interested to do some dumb shit with them. And
we'll do whatever with them.
Within reason. Maybe a little bit out of reason. Hey, you know what? The limits are blurry. So,
yeah.
But most importantly, take care of each other, love each other. This place is a big steaming pile of shit, and we're all in it together, so make the most of it.
Yeah, we love you. Love each other. And 22 all the way down. Dicks.